because typically you want double scouts to get more sheep. And do you know the early farm wheelbarrow build order? Because that is the current meta. Basically, every English player does that. Just look up Beastie Cutie's English guide. It does exactly that, and you should copy exactly that build order instead of doing this. Instead of using a sheep eco. Okay, scouts. So you don't want to, you know, scroll your screen everywhere. You want to shift click. Select your scout, shift click on the minimap, and it will go automatically. Okay, click, 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 and the scout will just go automatically go this way. And you can just program any kind of pathing you want, you know, and make it like a snaking around. Whatever. So you don't have to look at it all the time and click, click, click. Save some energy here. And put your attention into macro. Like this. To manage your eco better. Let's see. 4 guys on gold. Only 6 on food. You definitely need 8. Imagine if you're playing French, you need 8 villagers on food and 4 guys on gold to age up. So now you're playing English with this exact same build order as French, but you have only 6 villagers on food. Remember to put 8 on food so that you can age up while constantly producing villagers. You're not constantly producing villagers, and you're paying too much attention on the scouts, and you're not getting enough sheep. You are aging up here. You are aging. You hit the age up mark, not because your build order is correct, but because you didn't build a villager. You stopped building villagers. So sometimes you think you are doing something right, but actually it's because you are doing something wrong that led you to the apparently same conclusion, but it's not the same. It seems the same, but you have way less villagers. You have like 6 less villagers than a person who does correct build order at this moment. Maybe not 6 because you're aging up faster than other people because you stopped building villagers. But yeah, you're like 3-4 villagers behind maybe. Yeah, you barely just got the sheep back. It's a little bit risky. You don't want to deliver just in time. You want to deliver ahead of time before they run out of food. Here's my question. Here is my question. When you go back and forth between your scouts and your TC, do you scroll all the way back and forth? Because that's what I see here. It looks like you're scrolling the screen with a mouse or a keyboard or whatever. What you should do is to double tap the control group, so the camera will switch to that position immediately. So you don't scroll like this, going back. This is painful and slow. You're wasting a lot of time. but I don't see the hotkey, so I can't tell if you know, this is not a POV, this is not a stream, so I don't know exactly what you're doing. I can only guess. Anyways, just constantly producing villagers will help you a lot, and expand, put guys on wood, and then convert them into farm, get a lot of food, get a lot of gold, age up, get a lot of military production. You should be able to get to a much higher level. Okay, we're getting stone. So this is not how you want to collect the sheep. Like, you have a sheep over here. It is one step away from your TC, and why do you send them over here? Now it's not at the mill, it's not at the TC you just added the walking distance for a villager. You don't want to do that. So you can either put them the same exact spot back here. You don't have to drive them over here. Or you don't have to have so many guys on sheep. English farming is really good. You can just build a bunch more farms. Whenever you have additional wood, just build farms in English early game. Up to like 10 farms, you'll be good enough to age up to castle. Oh no, why would you attack the boar? Are you gonna get the boar? Are you gonna get a boar meat? The boar gives you very good food income, so you should try to get that since you attacked it. Otherwise, there's no reason to attack it, right? You are damaging your own longbowman. You're getting too close. This is not how you want to attack. You don't want to walk in front of his TC. You can walk around it. Take a little bit of time. Walk around it. It's gonna kill all your longbowmen if you play like this. Yeah, you kind of just left it there. Didn't even micro them. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. Alright. I'm seeing that you're queuing up a whole bunch of units here. Okay. Typically, you don't want to queue up so many units in one single production buildings, because you could have used this resource for something else. You would have you can, for example, constantly queue up 3, 4 lumbermen. That's it. Queue up 8. Look at this. This is 50 wood each. This is 200 wood, and how much? I can't do math, but 160 food banked up. Could have used those for something else. You could have transitioned into more farms, and by now you could have hit age up already, but now you're really low on food and really high on gold because you don't produce anything with the gold. You're not upgrading stuff. You don't have blacksmith. I think you just need to watch pro gamers games and watch their games, see what they do, exactly what they do. I don't think you understand what you're doing. At each stage, in feudal age, what do you do? In castle age, what do you do? You have to watch pro gamers or higher level gamers to understand what people do in certain situations. Right now, like, you're just doing whatever and hope to win, and your opponent probably doesn't know what he's doing either. build another lumber camp. Look at the walking distance, it's insane. Wow, he's trading. Your opponent is very ambitious. Okay. So I see you are improving here. Last time I reviewed your replay, you put your, what is it called, white tower? You put white tower right next to your TC, which is very unnecessary. This is a much better position for the white tower. That's good. But still, the typical landmark we go for is the King's Palace, so you can have a second TC to build even more villagers to get an even bigger economy than your opponents. And that's what matters way more than a keep. Yeah, I already talked about this, so I don't want to repeat it. Okay, a little bit of fight here. You don't have any powerful units here. You have only Lumberman, very weak. They're gonna die to the men-at-arms very quickly. Castle Age, you should build knights and crossbowmen and stuff. Those are the power units. You're still queuing up. Oh my god. What? What? Queuing up so many archers. Do you understand the unit combo? Like unit counter? What counters what? If you see men-at-arms, stop building lumbermen. Start building crossbowmen and build your own men-at-arms and some knights. And why are you upgrading horsemen? Horsemen don't do that well against the men-at-arms. So you have a lot of solutions to what he's doing. You see his unit combo, and you have to register. Okay, he's building this and this. What do I build? I can build my own men-at-arms, which is pretty good. All-round units. You can throw them in any situation and survive. And you can build crossbowmen. They counter men-at-arms very well. You can build knights. They are expensive, more expensive, but they are much stronger than men-at-arms on a one-on-one fight. So you could do those. And also, you need to scout your opponent and see what production building he has, so you can predict what unit he will produce. Like if you see 10 archery ranges here, for example, then you know that he's gonna go for ranged units. He will mass either lumberman or crossbowman or a mix. So you know that in advance that you need to react to that. Okay. Got housed for a while. I would suggest you to just sit back and build up a huge army, consists of very strong units that cost gold and a lot of food. You don't have to go aggro, you don't have to necessarily raid your opponents. At this level, it doesn't really matter. And you really need to up your economy. Like your economy is really low for Castle Age. This is really low. It doesn't sustain your military production. Also, why do you build a Springle? It does nothing. Did you see that he has siege weapon? You don't see he has a siege weapon, but you dump a lot of resources into a Springle for basically nothing. And even if he had a Mangonel at this stage, all you need to do is to hit this staggered formation and then pull back to your keep and then build a Springle. You can hold that, no problem.
Unseelie builded thing. Something boy. Building door.
Okay, you're pushing with this army. Oh, you're fighting with Springle, sorry. Alright. From what I see so far, I think I've seen enough. You still don't have a build order. You still don't know what you're doing. In a sense that you don't know what pro gamers are doing at the same time that you're playing like this. Like if you know at each stage what pro gamers, what the meta, the game meta is, you should do much better. Like at what stage you're supposed to constantly producing villager, you should constantly producing villager all the time. At what stage I should ramp up my military production, when do I scout, and how do I react to when I scout. All those stuff you need to do. And manage your economy. You're not balancing your economy 10 farms only 22 minutes into the game is unacceptable. It's just super duper low, and you cannot produce any units with this kind of economy. You can't afford it. So let's see. Yeah, rallying villagers on wood is good. It's the safest bet. You can just whenever you have like over 200 wood, let's say, just build a farm and build a bunch of farms. Build a bunch of farms, build a mill, build a bunch of farms, and you have another 200 wood, build a barracks, another 200 wood, build a barracks. Every time you have above 200 wood, spend it immediately. Don't let the villagers chop wood and just accumulating the wood. You don't want to accumulate the wood. If you accumulate food and gold, at least you can age up and get upgrades. But if you are banking up a lot of wood, they're useless. Wood is for you to expand your infrastructure, to get more economy, get more military production. If you don't spend them, you don't have them. So you're at a very low population count. At 22 minutes, you should be maxed out at 22 minutes with 100 villagers, at least 110 villagers. You have 45. So watch pro gamers or watch some build order guide online. A lot of players made guides, including me, or build order showcase, like I did those kind of build order showcase versus AI. Just a start game and constantly build villagers and max out at around 20 minutes or even earlier, 19 minutes or something. Depends on the civ as well, depends on build order as well, but you should be maxing out like the whole game. You are not under pressure, so you should ask yourself, why am I not maxing out by 22 minutes? I'm not fighting my opponent. I am the one who poked my opponent. I'm the one who harassed my opponent, so I should have the upper hand. But why do I have only 92 supply at 22 minutes instead of 200? Ask yourself that and go watch those build order showcase and see what you're doing differently. See what you're doing wrong. If you're doing something differently, it is wrong. You're doing something wrong. Okay, so yeah, that. But yeah, I can see some improvement from the first game I reviewed, but it's not enough. It's not enough. If your elo is not growing, it means it's not enough. You must do, you must improve your mechanics, you must improve your game knowledge, you must learn to identify your problem. Well, like you always ask for replay analysis of why I didn't win and whatnot, but the thing is, you're not doing the basics right. So even if you ask what went wrong in this fight, it doesn't matter, because if you just macro better and follow the strict build order, this kind of scenario won't happen. You won't have sprinkles in this kind of fight. You will never lose any fight at this level. It doesn't even matter. You just print 20 men at arm, 10 knights, 20 crossbowmen, walk across the map, kill your opponent. That's what you should do. And just forget about, oh, what mistake did I make? No, you made a lot of mistakes. The whole build order is a mistake. I'm being very harsh, but it's the truth because you're asking for help all the time. So I assume you want help. You want help, you have to help yourself. Learn a build order, follow exactly what a build order does, and watch other players play. Alright, I think that's it. And good luck.